Hello and welcome back to this week's edition of Transfer Talk. With the football season now over and the window now open, there are plenty of stories circulating throughout Europe. With that in mind, let's crack on. We kick off today's show over in Manchester with United, as Erik ten Hag is now through the door and the Dutchman has already identified Inter Milan's Denzel Dumfries as one of its targets. A report from Calcio Mercato has stated that the Netherlands international has been cited as a potential option to replace Aaron Wan-Bissaka, with the new United boss supposedly not convinced by the Englishman. Dumfries joined the Serie A outfit last summer, replacing the outgoing Achraf Hakimi for a relatively small fee of just €12.5 million. And he's enjoyed quite a solid campaign for Inter too, having contributed to a total of 12 goals in all competitions from his fullback role. It is said that United are currently looking for a suitor for Wan-Bissaka, however they have yet to find a club. A move back to Crystal Palace has been discussed, but the London side are supposedly not willing to meet his current salary demands of £90,000 per week, a figure which would be the third highest amongst the current Palace squad. With Inter currently needing to amend their financial woes, the club is reported to be open to selling Dumfries, as it would mean they can keep hold of Bastoni, who has also been targeted by numerous Premier League clubs. United could also have an unopposed run at the defender, with Bayern Munich now not expected to continue their pursuit, following the signing of Mazraoui from Ajax on a free transfer. However, he does still have 3 years left on his contract, which could see Inter ask for a significant fee. It seems United will not be able to make a move for Dumfries until Wan-Bissaka has moved on, and with the club having outlaid £50 million for him when he joined, will they be willing to take a significant loss in order to land their signing of the Dutchman? Switching over to Cardiff now, who are looking to complete a sensational double swoop according to 90 Min, who have reported the Bluebirds are targeting Gareth, Bale and Aaron Ramsey. The former Arsenal man has endured a tough spell at Rangers, which has been hampered by injuries, and he also missed a penalty in the Europa League final before being dropped from the cup final against Hearts. His parent club Juventus are looking to move him on, with Ramsey entering the final year of his contract in Turin. Bale, on the other hand, is currently a free agent, having seen his trophy-filled run at Real Madrid come to a conclusion this month. Whilst there had been speculation over whether or not he would retire after the World Cup, the Welshman has said that will not have any bearing on his future. However, there are questions being raised about how the Welsh club will afford the salary of both players. Ramsey is currently earning £400,000 a week at Juventus, whilst Bale was on £600,000 a week at Real Madrid. The report has suggested that both would need to take an obvious wage cut. Should Cardiff convince the duo, it would make for quite a story. Two Welsh football stars joining just before Wales play in their first World Cup in 64 years. There are some things you just could not make up. With the arrivals of Erling Haaland and Julian Alvarez this summer, Manchester City could be forced into seeing some departures as players look for minutes, with Marca reporting that one of those could be Gabriel Jesus. The Brazilian has been a solid performer for Pep Guardiola's side this season, contributing to 13 goals and 12 assists in all competitions, despite not being a regular starter and having been shifted into a number of different positions. Jesus is coming towards the final year of his deal at the Etihad and is reportedly considering his future, having been linked with both Arsenal and Spurs. However, Marca has now said that Carlo Ancelotti is keen to bring him to Real Madrid. The 14-time Champions League winners are on the hunt for an attacker after their move for Kylian Mbappe failed to come to fruition. The Spanish outlet has said that City have valued the player at 45 to 50 million euros, with Madrid-based journalist Anton Mina stating Jesus wants to play for Los Blancos. Real are currently looking to see Vinicius Jr. gain Spanish citizenship, which would free up a non-EU playing spot, which should that happen, it would make a move for the Man City striker more plausible for the La Liga title holders. But where do you think Jesus will be playing his football next season? Will we see him remain in the Premier League, or could he make his way to the Santiago Bernabeu? Sticking with Man City now, and the Daily Mail have linked the Premier League champions with a huge swoop for Arsenal's academy star Bukayo Saka. With Raheem Sterling being linked with a potential exit along with the previously mentioned Gabriel Jesus, City will need to cover for the potential departures of two important figures on the field, with Saka being their chosen target. The Arsenal man has been in fine form this season, racking up 19 goal involvements for the North London side, his most productive season to date, and amongst the highest for players under the age of 21 in the Premier League. However, Saka is entering the final 2 years of his contract at the Emirates, with talks of a new deal still yet to take place place between the two parties. Whilst it is expected that the youngster wants to remain at his boyhood club, they are aware of potential suitors from other clubs. Gunners fans will surely be holding their breath through this ordeal. As the club and player enter discussions, there is a possibility that his hand could be turned by the prospect of challenging for trophies, including the Champions League, which Arsenal narrowly missed out on this season. However, should Saka leave the Emirates, he certainly wouldn't go on the cheap. The player is currently valued at over £60 million on Transfermarkt, although given his age and high ceiling, it is expected he will cost far more than that. But what do you think at home? Will the England international stick with his boyhood club, or could we see him under the bright lights of the Etihad in the 22-23 season? Let us know with a comment below. Switching over to Madrid now, where it is bad news for Liverpool fans. According to both David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano, Aurelien Tchouameni has decided to join Real Madrid in what could be the blockbuster move of the summer. Both clubs had been battling for the signature of the highly rated midfielder, with PSG also lingering in the background. However, according to Romano, the Frenchman decided to join Los Blancos just prior to the Champions League final. The deal is expected to cost the current La Liga and UCL holders €100 million, with the club paying €80 million for him now and then a further $20 million in add-ons and clauses. Whilst his salary is currently unknown, he has signed with the club until 2027. Having emphatically missed out on Kylian Mbappe, the Spanish club were rampant in sealing the deal for Tchouameni almost immediately, finding themselves with a reported budget of over €300 million to spend this summer after the PSG forward decided to remain in Paris. Liverpool had discussed and agreed personal terms with the player, although the biggest stumbling block was the final fee. According to French outlet RMC, Liverpool had offered £57 million for Tchouameni, but this was deemed too low, with Monaco also wanting the buying club to cover the potential tax costs within the fee. We've previously done an FD explained on the midfielder and why everyone wants to sign him. The highly rated Frenchman is seen as the all-round perfect midfielder, capable with the ball at his feet, whilst also being a very efficient player off it too. With the saga over his future now done, do you think he has made the right move in choosing the Spanish capital? Let us know in the comments section below. On to our headliner now, where we stay with Liverpool, who, according to James Pearce of The Athletic, are willing to break their transfer record to sign Benfica's Darwin Nunez. The striker has seen himself become one of the most sought-after players in Europe this season, after his impressive campaign which saw him net 34 goals and register 4 assists in all competitions for the Portuguese outfit. Jurgen Klopp is said to be an admirer of the forward, viewing him as the perfect replacement for Sadio Mane, who is expected to leave the club this summer, which leaves Klopp in need of a player to fill in for the Senegalese, who has been a superstar for them since joining from Southampton. Should the Reds aim to sign him, it is expected to cost in the region of £85 million to secure his services. What are your thoughts though on the move? Is Nunez the right player for Liverpool? Should they be focusing on the midfield, and is the fee too high? Let me know down below. So that's all the time we have for today's Transfer Talk. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Click on screen right now for more Football Daily content. And as always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.